Good evening, MSGers. This is Ross Harris here. Just a really exciting announcement. It's just been confirmed. I've spoken to the directors and they've invited me along to the World Cup to be an official tour guide for MSG Tours. We're going to go all over France. We're going to follow Wales. We're going to follow England. Hopefully all the way through the knockouts and all the way through to the final. Now we're kicking off what is our brand new podcast, vodcast, whatever you want to call it. We're going to be coming at you every month or so between now and the World Cup. And it is called, with a French flavour, La Première Ligne, which, for those sophisticates of you, translates into the front row. We're going to be talking to people from all over the rugby world. We're going to get you all very excited about the trips you've booked, about the trips you're going to book. And we're kicking things off tonight at a very special venue. We're at Grosvenor House in London for the last event of Jamie Roberts' testimonial year. He's going to be celebrating his career. The Stereophonics are going to be playing live. We're going to be catching up with some luminaries from the rugby world. It's going to be a belting night. And also, as always, we're going to be donating a huge amount of this money to the Noah's Ark charity. So welcome along. It's great to be on board. And I'm going to go get amongst it. See you later.
Let's do this.
Well, we are here, ladies and gentlemen, to celebrate the career of a remarkable Welshman, a remarkable player. Not just a remarkable man on the field, but a remarkable man off the field.
He's a top guy. I mean, he delivered time and time again for Wales, and he had an amazing career. He was the #1 for Gats, and he's a go-to man in attack.
Hi guys, Jamie here. Just looking forward to joining MSG Tours in Nice and Lyon in this year's Rugby World Cup. Two mouth-watering games that Wales are involved in. Pleasure to be there. Look forward to hooking up with the MSG team and having good fun with the crowds up there, and certainly the Wales fans. Come on guys. The showpiece game for Rugby World Cup, there's two that stand out. Actually there's three that stand out. Obviously the All Blacks play France in Paris in the opening game, which is going to be pretty epic. Springboks Ireland in that group is pretty tasty affair. You've got the top side of the world in Ireland going up against the current Rugby World Cup champions. And then Wales Australia. I think Wales Australia is going to decide who finishes 1 and 2 in that pool. So those are the three games. So my best touring memory would have been, God, having toured many times in my rugby career. My favourite tour was probably South Africa with the Lions in 2009. It was my first Lions tour as a young man, 22. There was something about South Africa I connected with as a young kid, and had some very, very memorable tours down there throughout my career. We lost the Test series in 2009, but it was still probably one of the most enjoyable few weeks of my life. Touring is, as a rugby player, one of the best things about what we do and what we did. Now I'm retired, and I look back with very fond memories.
Jamie asked us for a few songs, and he sent me a list, so we do most of them. So have a good night. Congratulations, mate. We'll let you 25 minutes.
South Africa. We had a crack at each other in 2015.
Been there before.
Been there before in Marseille.
James's Park.
St James's Park, Newcastle's hallowed turf.
It was like a boa constrictor. It was a slow death. It was literally like they wrapped themselves around.
One of the best tries at that World Cup, though.
Squeezed the
one
life
of the best tries.
I don't remember.
That Scotland scored.
Oh yeah, of course.
Which is pretty good. I won't say that I scored in that game as well. But ahead of Rugby World Cup 2023, there's certain games you sort of earmark. I know for South Africa, their full attention will be going to that game against Scotland in Marseille. I'm obviously going in with a lot of confidence. Geraint Thomas has just renewed the contract.
So that's made you more confident or less confident?
No, that's made me the same confident level. But looking at the game, MSG Tours they've got some incredible tours on a boat to the game. VIP hospitality. I'm a little bit jealous, but I'm gonna probably go South Africa. Sorry, heart and head on my sleeve.
I'm not going to lie, Brian. You are a man of 124.
He's
South
so
African
knowledgeable,
caps.
so knowledgeable.
World Player of the Year, World Cup winner. You've knocked over the Lions before, but if there is one opportunity for Scotland to get out of the blocks, there is only one opportunity, and that is South Africa in Marseille. And I think, you know, Scotland will take great faith and composure from Eddie Jones. And what he did with Japan against South Africa in Brighton in 2015.
Why does that?
And so that's what I'm going to go for, because I think Scotland, if Scotland can get out of the blocks, they can get out of the group. But it's going to be a tough old task. The defending champions in Marseille, opening weekend of the Rugby World Cup. Nothing is better than being part of that MSG.
And I was about to say,
on a cruise liner, on the water, getting taken straight to your seat in the stadium.
An Ibiza type bar on board. Apparently, I am extremely jealous of those. If you haven't got your tickets through MSG yet, I'd make a plan sooner rather than later, because they're going to sell out extremely fast.
If not already.
Oh, I hate score predictions because, like, there's so many variables. I'm going to go the Springboks by 8. Just because if you win by 8, it means that the opposition would need to score twice in the final 5 minutes to win the game, and just a bit of a cushion.
I'm going to be buzzing. I'm going to be stepping off the boat with several Scotland fans, charging on to the Stade Velodrome in Marseille.
What a stadium!
For what will be one of the
if you've never been, just that experience alone of experiencing a rugby game at the Stade Velodrome is worth every cent that you will pay.
If I don't believe that Scotland can win, then I don't think they'll believe. I think Scotland can win. I think they can put in a performance, catch South Africa a little bit cold. I'm going to say Scotland 28, South Africa 25.
Greetings everyone, it is the morning after the night before. We're all kind of nursing hangovers, although I think everyone was quite well behaved in the end. For Jamie's testimonial here at Grosvenor House in the heart of London, and we just thought we'd give you a bit of information about MSG, about the tour that's coming up and the time you're all going to have. So the two main men with me, Kevin Smith, Mark Gardner, you've met them already, you know exactly what they're all about. Before we get stuck into France though, gents, let's just have a little bit of a backstory, because a lot of you guys who've already booked tours and travelled with MSG will know, but for those who don't, who wants to go first? How did the company come about? What's your identity? What are you all about?
Over to the man.
Oh, thank you very much. We're in our 8th year, believe it or not. 8th year of going strong. We started as a business specialising in generic sports travel for clubs, schools, universities, and then quickly found our space within the supporters market. We specialise in very complicated logistics, trips that require sort of high definition, delivering great experiences to everyone on their first ever school trip, right through to married couples celebrating an anniversary, watching live sport in the best countries in the world. Yeah, so 8 years and going strong. Superb.
And this particular tour, Kev, is the real deal. You are an official, one of only 4 companies who are allowed to go to France and offer match tickets, the full experience.
Absolutely. This little badge behind us here is quite important. It means we're an official agent. It means that we source our tickets directly from World Rugby, which is helpful. It means that we know we don't have that nervousness as you stand outside the gate hoping that the tickets are going to work. And what we've done is we've packaged those tickets with travel mechanisms, so flights, with trains, with hotels, with events, with kit, with our dedicated staff in France, and created a range of products that hopefully fans not just from the UK but all over the world can join us in France for this amazing tournament.
What's so delightful about all of this is I know the struggles you guys faced, the whole industry faced a few short years ago. We're not going to mention the word COVID, not beyond that one mention actually, but it was a worrying time, and I know everyone wondered whether or not this kind of thing would ever happen again. So how nice has it been to park all that, to forget all that, and embrace amazing trips like this once again?
Yeah, we certainly fell into that category of being that one industry that had nothing to do pretty much for 18 months, other than to be acting as a bank, giving out refunds, apologising for not being able to deliver travel. So being back at the desk, creating these amazing experiences, it's just awesome to be getting people on planes, getting people travelling again. It makes us very happy to do so.
And in terms of destinations, Kev, Mark and I were in South Africa over the summer for the Wales tour. Amazing, world-class destination, food, wine, amazing rugby as we know. Tell us why France is possibly the best destination for a World Cup.
Well, you'll pick up my lack of Welsh accent here, Ross. So I'm very fortunate that England start in Marseille. Mm-hmm. They carry on along the south coast to Nice. Early September, end of summer. So we're very lucky. England start in a cracking south coast environment. The Welsh start in Bordeaux. They head down via Bayonne, and we meet up in Nice. Wales then off to Lyon, England up to Lille, and then we culminate in Paris. I mean, it really does get your juices flowing thinking about all of those phenomenal cities. You talk about the food, the wine, the vineyards, the beaches. I think probably as Brits, we probably get a little bit, I don't know, France is so close, everyone's been, but have we been for such an amazing event where we can go to multiple cities, where we can watch these games? As you hope you can see, I'm pretty excited.
Yeah, Kev, you kind of hit the nail on the head there. We've probably all been to France in some shape or form. We've probably all toured around France a little bit, but what you're going to enjoy on these trips is something very, very different, because it's not just about the rugby, that's obviously the focal point, but what else is it about, Mark? What have you got to offer that totally separates you from the competition?
Well, you may have done it your way, but this is a chance to come and let someone else take the reins and do it our way. We really pride ourselves on the Monday night, the Tuesday night, the Wednesday night, the Thursday. The game weekends are busy, there's lots going on, you're here to watch the rugby, but we like to take people around those little special corners, the secret places that the average tourist isn't going to find. We have a wonderful event series that's packed into the midweek sessions on our trips that give people a really sort of nice, cool experience. We call that l'apéro. Not really going to tell you too much about that just yet, because we're putting together some exciting plans over the summer that are coming very, very soon. Yeah, we're super proud of some of the venues that we've sourced. Desperately trying to give too much away. Maybe Kev wants to give a couple of tidbits.
Drop a couple of clues. I feel a bit like Henry Kelly on Goal for Goal. Is this weird? Is that weird? I'll put that down there for now.
I think I'm excited about Nice. I think from a rugby perspective, both England and Wales have had their opening games. Hopefully both Wales have beaten Fiji, England have beaten Argentina. We all head off to Nice. A phenomenal city, like I say, early summer, late summer, early September. Again, without giving too much away, there's a fantastic promenade, some parts of the beach that maybe are possible to book for private parties, maybe some banter between the English and the Welsh. Yeah, that's going to be a phenomenal weekend. And I think, whilst clearly every weekend that we're working on is important, I think the fact that those two countries come together.
Yeah.
Such a phenomenal city.
Because it is a kind of almost a tiresome cliche, isn't it? That rugby is such a pure sport, and fans don't argue. They get on, they embrace one another. There's probably no bigger rivalry than England and Wales in World Rugby, but you are going to bring them all together as a nice, happy family. And let's not forget, the way this draw is shaping up, you can meet in the quarters.
Absolutely. I've taught Mark the words to Jerusalem. We're on.
Careful.
Hey, there's a demarcation line. No matter what happens, I'll never wear an English shirt, and I'll never sing a song like that. But wearing my business hat, I desperately want England to go all the way to the final. As long as that's not recorded on video anyway. It'd be good for rugby chemistry, and certainly for this business, to have England floating their way on the right side of the draw. So well, let's go through a few scenarios here. Now, if as a Welsh team we're beating Fiji and we're beating Portugal and we're beating Australia and finishing top of the group, and England slip up against Argentina or Japan and finish second, then we are facing in the quarterfinals. If we can both win our groups, we avoid each other in the quarterfinals. And as a Welshman, I think beating Argentina is eminently possible. I think England have demonstrated quite consistently they can beat Australia. Suddenly, you're on the other sides of the draw. in Paris.
What are you trying to say? World Cup final?
I'm saying that could be England, Ireland on one side, Wales v France in the other, or vice versa. And England-Wales fight, imagine that. Hey,
right, let's not get ahead of ourselves. I'm getting sweaty palms already even thinking about it. Brilliant, it's going to be amazing. You all know that. Most of you have booked onto it already. If you haven't, what are you waiting for? Before we wrap things up for this episode, there's obviously a charitable element to this, very important to you guys. I know. Who wants to tell us about that?
Over to you, Mark.
So polite. You're also
polite. It means a huge amount that every trip, like when we were in South Africa last year, it was about working with local communities, spreading the tourist dollar as wide as possible, not just about giving money to a certain institution, but being able to spend it and let everyone benefit. Head for Change on the board here is capturing the headlines because it's a charity that is rugby centric. It's available, it's supporting every rugby player in every continent in the world. It's very specific in what it's trying to do. It's making the game safer. We're making contributions, we're making donations, we're putting events on, we're asking our clients to support in every way possible by learning more about it, not just giving, but actually being part of an education program that understands that it's okay to make these changes in world rugby because it makes the game safer. And there's a very, very exciting element to our charity program. It's called Head for Lyon. So one of the patrons of the charity, Alex Popham, is bringing someone who needs no introduction to cycling, Geraint Thomas, Tour de France winner.
Wow.
Hey guys, can't wait to ride with you all next September from London to Lyon to watch a World Cup game between Wales and Australia. To get signed up, just click the link below. Nice one.
Luke Rowe, possibly the best cyclist in the world, the best team guy in the world, to support him on the way. We've got Shane Williams, we've got Ian Goff, we've got Tony Copsey, we've got Colin Jarvis joining the ride, and 40 of our cyclists are going from London Welsh Rugby Club all the way to Lyon to coincide with that other epic battle. And whilst we love playing Kev's English, we love the pre-game and the banter with the Aussies as well. So Wales v Australia, Lyon, the cyclists are coming in, we're having a big Aussie beach party before that game to celebrate all those guys coming in and raising a huge amount of cash.
Sounds awesome. And I would say only sign up to that one if you're fit and able to do so, but it's for all abilities. You can go on an electric bike if you want, you can go at your own pace. Take as long as you want to get down to Lyon, where Kev and I will be waiting for you. Probably a few glasses of wine on the go in the vineyards there. But it's going to be brilliant. Everything you want to look at and book is going to be brilliant. I can vouch personally, from personal experience, MSG are an amazing company. They'll take you on a trip of a lifetime. And there'll be more episodes of these to come to get you in the mood as the months tick by. We'll see you very soon. Cheers, guys.